Hey everyone, this is Zoli here from Ektomorf and you are watching Metalshop TV. It's pretty good, man. It's a different album from the old Ektomorf era. It's more metal, it's more thrash metal. We got clean guitars, guitar solos. So when it came out, I was pretty excited what's going to be back, but it's pretty good. From the media, from the fans, it's just great. Everything. Everyone was positive, and I can say that this was the best feedback we got since the history of the band, the career of the band. Yeah. It's more about me, because things I went through, I'm still going through. Actually, personal things in my life, I try to get rid of negative things in my life, which are just fucking locked me down, hold me back, and kind of like choked me. And so that's why, in these songs what you hear, not in all of them, because there are some songs which is not about the subject Reborn, but like 3 or 4 of them really about what I go through. So it's like get rid of and like just get completely like born again from what I am now, because that things that holded me back or just kept me back, it actually killed me mentally and physically, and I'm on a good way, Metallica is pretty much why I'm here today and who I am today. I think I'm not alone with this. I think a lot of people, a lot of metal fans and musicians are like that, because when I was like in my, I don't know, 12, 13, I heard Metallica and I was blown away right away. And so for me, the basic and everything. And my favorite album is Master of Puppets. Master of Puppets. I love the first 4 albums like to death, Like those 4 albums was like, even the Black album, it's cool. But Master of Puppets is the deal for me. It's just like, it has everything. I don't know why, man, but even today, that's the album I have in my car, still like old school CD player, and that's the album I can take out and I can listen to any time and any time of the, of the year, or any time in the every day, whatever, it's the best album for me, Master of Puppets. Sentenger, man, I think it's a great album because the riffs are insane. Especially the riff of Sentenger, the song, is like, just listen to that just fucking punch you in the face. It's a different album. It's not a typical Metallica album, but I think it's to do different things. It's cool. Not stay the same and be boring. And they did something. It didn't really work out for many people, but I love that album. Not every day, and not like Master of Puppets, but Sentenger, I think it's a killer album. It's very intense, and I have no problem with the fucking snare, because everyone's complaining about the snare. I don't even hear it when I listen to those songs, I just hear the whole thing, and I think it's a great album. Yeah, and of course, in the end, you got what you got. But I think what I heard and what I feel, this album is pretty fucking heavy. So it's always gonna be like that. Ektomorf is never gonna be like a soft rock band or something like that. It's always gonna be metal. Now it's more traditional. Maybe the next album is not gonna go in another way. But now I'm 45 and I'm going back to my roots, and that's Metallica, Slayer, or all these 80s metal bands. And but I don't think that Ektomorf is ever going to release an album which is not heavy. We have one, so I'm wrong. We have one, the acoustic album, but that's a different thing, But like a official next Ektomorf album, it's always gonna be heavy. If it's gonna be heavier than the one before, I guess so. It's always gonna be like that. Tough, because it's changing. I know that everyone says that, you know, but yeah, I mean, Reborn, because the whole thing in it, you know. But actually, Forsaken, which is the 7 minutes long instrumental song, is actually, if we would have a different stage time, if we would have a longer one tonight, we would play it. It was the same in Hungary. We wanted to play it. We had like over an hour, but we played too late, and we were like, if we play it, people are gonna sleep. Because, you know, it's more like a very emotional song. I wrote it as a ballad, as first, like a ballad, you know. But I thought now it sucks, you know, and it's not time for a ballad. So I throw it away. But the next day I was like, I will do the same thing, the same emotions, with the same, you know, like inspiration, but with the instruments, like the guitars, the drum, say, you know, talk about the same feeling, forsaken, being like left alone, being alone, you know, and it worked out. So it's pretty close to me, but Reborn as well. But actually the whole album. I had times like that. The reason is, I guess, is because this is in me. This is it's not even just a part of me. I think that's me, the whole thing, you know. And if I would quit music, then it would mean I could quit my life, die, you know. And I had some pretty dark times, man. You know, when you hear the music, Ektomorf it's a heavy music, but yeah, I had some pretty like heavy depression, really. And I thought, okay, why to do it? But then always comes something, and it's so strange. Always something from music, and I don't know. I got a message from a fan, like maybe it's gonna sound like a cliche, but it's true. It's always going like this: that hey man, thanks for your music. You saved my life. Your music, your lyrics gave me another hope, another strength. And I'm like, if they feel like that, then how could I give up? You know, because I helped them and they helped me. So I can't give up, but I had feelings like that, and probably I still gonna have, especially now when we had this fucking pandemic shit. You know, it was pretty hard. But look, dark times are over, better times are coming. We can talk it like this because we had, I mean, the What Doesn't Kill Me album. It sucks, and even in my opinion, I mean, I don't say the fans didn't receive it well, because I'm honest, when we went down in the studio in Denmark with 2 Mets, and he was driving me to the airport to Hamburg in Germany, we were listening it in the car, and I felt it already then. That's not, but you know, it was already done. It was just not the time to write songs or especially release them. You know, that album sucks. I don't say that I wish that I didn't release it, because you know that was like the way it had to go. It had to happen. But we don't play from that album any songs. And the fans didn't like it, but they were really fucking cool. They said, you know, like, hey man, it's a great album, but yeah, it's not the best, you know. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. So we don't play from this album. I think every band has something like this in their discography. My favorite tattoo? It is right here. You see this? This is the paw of my dog, Wuffa. So this is the paw of my dog, Wuffa, and I love my dog. She's my life, my everything. And so one day I just catched her, and I did a print with some ink, and I went to a tattoo shop and I said I want it here. That's my favorite thing, and I love all of them. I mean, I have Ektomorf symbols like I don't know how many, like fuck, I don't know, 10, but that's my favorite one. Prague, my favorite city in the world. You know, the old town, you call it old town, right? You know, with all these medieval, it just has something, man. I had already vacation there 3 times out of tour. Not just, you know, we had a lot to play also there on tour. But personally, I came back just to, you know, for like six days or like for 1 week, just walking around every day, going to the car bridge, you know, at night. I don't know. And you guys get good food, so the country is beautiful, and the fans are like. Yeah, I remember it was in my elementary school, and my brother, he was in the band for a while as a bass player, and he had his graduation party there, and we were invited to play. But of course, the people there, you know, the teachers and the director and everyone, they didn't know what we play. And there was like, actually like a lot of people, because it was like a party. But they were not ready for what they get, and man, that was a mess. I was like, I don't know. We had a song "Evil Dead," and we started with that, and it was a straight speed metal, thrash metal, da 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 da, and we could play 2 songs. Then they cut it down. They said, no, this can't go anymore. The parents get like upset, like, what is this? That was my first show, but it was pretty good. That was awesome, and I'm never gonna forget that. Yeah, sure. I'm still nervous even for tonight, but it's like a healthy one, you know. Like, I think if you lose that nervousness, that feeling in your heart, in your body, that, you know, that, then it's done. It's over. Then you should not do it anymore. Then you should do something else. That's what I think. I would make guitars. Working with wood, I love wood. You know, I love. I don't know what is with wood, man, but it's like, anything you make from wood is just like something like it's a living piece in your hand, because wood is like not like plastic or not like metal. You know, it's more. And I would love to make guitars, but that's not easy, man. You know, making guitars is a pretty heavy job. It's a difficult. You know, all the. You know, the measurements, they have to be very perfect. That's what ESP does, my guitar company, you know, and endorsed by them. And I would love to make guitars. Maybe one day,